Smooth and original. Straight from the underground. Listen to the real funk. Hold on.
Welcome back to Fill in the Gaps. I am Egg, and we have a very special edition of the podcast here. Today is part 1 of 3 of getting to know people within the laser tattoo removal community with good friends and sponsors of the podcast, SW Laser Tattoo Removal, Hayden and Jess. How you going, guys?
I'm doing really well. How are you, my friend?
Lovely, lovely. Doing fantastic. On top of the world.
Yeah, I bet, baby. Especially in that hoodie. You're looking very nice.
I know.
Represent.
Go to the shop, get your own.
He was not paid to wear that, by the way.
he was not. I will be afterwards, though. So
Perfect. Yeah, done. Lock
Good.
it in.
And Jess, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing really well.
Living
Thank
the dream.
you. Yeah, always.
Yeah, feeling stoked to be here. Not nervous at all. I did hear that it's your dream to be on a podcast because you listen to podcasts. So
Well, that's a little bit of a lie. My dream is just to sit back and listen to podcasts all day long and not have the work of actually being on one. But
you don't have to do any work of editing. You can just talk and then you can listen to it later.
Perfect. Yeah,
That sounds like a deal, hey?
That sounds
You
great.
can edit if you want to. I won't stop you if you say
I'll
you
have
want to
a
edit.
crack,
All
but...
right. Crack is an egg.
Ew.
She's done well there. She's done well. Before we get into it, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the show, tell your friends about the podcast, and find more of the podcast at fitgpod.com and on most socials at fitg_podcast. And thank you to the sponsors, Industry Tattoo Supply and SW Laser.
Woohoo.
Woo! They're here.
We're real. We are real people.
Yes, they are not AI generated.
Almost.
As much as Instagram wants to tell you that they are not AI generated. But yes, part 1. So obviously meeting the people behind Laser. You guys are obviously the owners of SW Laser Tattoo Removal, Leaderville and Frio. What got you guys kind of to get into the industry of laser? Was it kind of noticing that there was a gap within the industry that needed to be filled? Was it something that you thought about for a while? What was it that got it all kicked off?
So I got into tattoo removal after traveling to the States and seeing that there was a bunch of laser happening over there and a bunch of cosmetic tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of was wondering which path to take. And my husband was working in a tattoo studio, part owner in Southwest Tattoo in Bunbury. So, yeah, I just hit him up, took the idea to him. I think, let's branch out, let's do some laser. He wasn't really stoked on the idea initially, which is great. He just felt like tattoos are a commitment and permanent. So
no regrets.
Yep. So I set up a nice little business plan and just showed him exactly what I'd be able to do and got him on board. So yeah, that's how it all happened. I think I've just seen so many people that didn't like their tattoos, over the years that he was tattooing. He's doing blast overs, cover ups, and it's rough sometimes to get a good outcome. So yeah.
So seeing as though you kind of came from the US and saw what they were doing and then brought it over here, would you say that Australia was kind of a little bit behind in that, or was it just no one within Perth was already doing that and you noticed that there was a spot there?
Yeah, there was definitely people doing it on the East Coast. The only people doing it in Perth there was a couple of cosmetic surgeons that were offering it because WA is super regulated. So to start a business over here, you had to have a doctor on board. It had to be a doctor lasering at that point.
Yep.
So that wasn't really easy for people to set up.
Mm-hmm.
My father-in-law's a doctor, so
Cha-ching.
yeah, I roped him in. He was retiring, and I was like, hey, how about instead of retiring, you come and hang out the back of your son's tattoo studio, zap some tats with me. And he was frothing. He was really into it. So it worked out really well. He did a year or so and then kind of segued into other doctors, just handballed some other names to me and just got the ball rolling. But I think without that connection, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Finding a doctor that is happy to sit out the back of a tattoo studio and, it's not really what they went into the profession for.
Of course.
So I was really lucky to get the ball rolling with him and then be able to move on from there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sounds cool.
You did great, sweetie.
Thanks.
I feel like we're going to hear that phrase a lot.
All day.
I'm just here for like background noise, like cha-ching.
You're just doing the ad libs. It's like a rapper, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's my hype man.
That's it.
I just take him with me wherever I go, and he just hypes me up.
This is it. That's why she's so happy all the time.
Started up this laser place. Zip, zip. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Your voice actually sounds pretty good on this, though. I'm like, is this real life?
You saying it doesn't normally sound good?
No, it does, but I didn't on the
Unbelievable.
Hype
radio.
man.
Oh, gee.
Useless.
I know.
I thought I was building you up just then. I thought I was giving you a little bit more confidence.
Hype me.
You sound very lovely. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And
Edit
then
that out.
And then, Hayden, were you at all involved in that early process, or was it kind of a business and then you jumped in from having experience within the tattoo industry?
Yeah, so I came in 2018 February, so the business was luckily pretty well established.
I did all right.
She did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chipoy. So I came in and Jess had a doctor who was working and covering all the lasering at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I just come in to help out for front counter because I was just so desperate to get into the industry and I was so amped to be a part of tattoo removal. I mentioned it in the short little interview that we did that I've worked in the tattoo industry and I was very involved in the tattoo community, but unfortunately not an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually be, if I was tattooing people, they would be getting that laser doll.
Yeah.
So luckily I didn't try to do anything too crazy. And I just really wanted to get into this. And luckily I got linked up with Jess, like I said, in 2018. And then just kind of the rest snowballed. I'm like, sometimes I think, how the heck is all these years passed by? And, you know, where the hell has time gone? But we're here.
It's crazy.
And it's better than ever. So just enjoying the ride.
Yeah, nice. And obviously starting so small with like just an idea and then turning it into something. Obviously, it's probably a hard question to answer, but like, did you ever see it becoming what it is now, where you have the two shops? You're probably the most established tattoo removal place in WA. Is that something that, obviously, that's what you wanted to happen? Did you see it happening this quickly? And was that kind of in the plans? Is there plans you're still hoping to reach from here?
So I called the business Southwest Laser initially because I didn't really think I'd leave the Southwest. I didn't even think I'd come to Perth.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Hence now the shortened SW could stand for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no intention of even leaving the country really, like leaving down south.
Yeah.
So it just expanded because there was a need for it. I just had a lot more people traveling down from Perth to get laser, and just realized it was easier if I did the traveling and set up another clinic in Perth instead.
Yeah.
So, and then, that one clinic got busy, needed a second clinic. So, yeah, it's just, it wasn't in the plans. It's just kind of unfolded and worked out to end up like this, which is great. We're loving it.
Yeah. How far into the process between starting it did you kind of establish yourself in Perth? And like, was it Southwest and then you had one in Perth as well and you got rid of the Southwest, or was it just a straight transition one to the other?
I had both. So I was probably 2 years in, and MJ Driver, a guy that was doing it, had been doing it for a while on the East Coast. He had clinics in a bunch of states. So he hit me up and wanted to work with me. So yeah, I think basically the agreement was that he would supply the equipment and I would run the business, and he would do all the marketing, which wasn't really a strong point of mine at that point in time.
It was not. No.
That wasn't the ad lib that we were hoping for just then.
Well, I just got to be honest with that one. It was like a half business, half personal page.
It was just photos of my dogs and my husband.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's be honest.
Both are very cute, by the way.
Adorable.
Yes, 100%.
So that relationship with Mike was really beneficial. I mean, he just got the name out there, and Perth really took off. And then I had the two clinics. So basically I was driving to Perth every weekend. So I'd book sessions up here. I'd drive up here and just drive up in the morning, run the session, drive back at night, and then do the alternate. So I was just running weekends between each clinic. It was a lot, but it was fine. I was really enjoying it. But then luckily, Hayden came along, and
Surprise.
I was able to just throw him in the deep end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came on along at a pretty great time. He contacted me when so my husband had an injury. It was pretty traumatic, and he ended up in hospital for a long period of time. And it just so happened that Hayden contacted me. He contacted Mike over at East looking for work, and Mike was like, "There's not much here, but I think chat to Jess. She might be in need." Hayden rings me. "Hey, I'm looking for work." I'm like, "Sweet,
Help."
Basically, just. I mean, I don't even remember the rundown, but I think I basically
a blur.
threw you the keys and was like, "There's the clinic, just go for it." And it was,
and we had only known each other for like a day. I think we had the interview, and then I came in and chatted to you briefly a second time, and then I just started work. She did try to make me fight for this role, by the way, just so you guys know. I do want to say that this wasn't as easy as it sounds. There was another, but luckily,
there was never another.
The best man won, let me tell you. The best man won.
Yeah, it was amazing because I just couldn't be present at the clinic. So I don't know what would have happened. But yeah, poor Hayden's just like, what is all of this? What does it all mean? But yeah, basically he was just running the sessions. He was just banking all the cash. I was like, just pay yourself out of whatever you take at the end of each day. I don't need to know figures.
Take a tip,
just keep
a bonus.
Just keep. And then, I was just at the hospital with my laptop kind of doing all the coding and getting the sessions set up, but I just couldn't be present at the clinic. So, thank God for this guy. Was able to just keep everything running super smoothly. And then I came back into it, and he's,
I'm like, who are you? Do you own this place? No,
he's like taken over my social media. He's like integrated all of my bookings into like digital, like it just real game changer. So
Smart fella.
Smart fella.
Well, at that time, still we had like a doctor that was only lasering. Really, well, you could only laser. So at that point, I couldn't even laser. I'm just like trying to run a new business, et cetera, with helping Jess out, et cetera. So I learned a lot very quickly. Luckily, I feel like I had a really good understanding of tattoo removal prior to starting. I'd done a heap of research before I reached out to Mike, and was very involved in like the changes of tattoo removal and how it was going and the trajectory. So I feel like, thank God, I actually knew the basics of it, because it all fell into pieces as we went. And obviously you learn the quickest when you're drowning. So it was great.
I held your head underwater for sure.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, if I would say so myself, you're doing great, sweetie. So
thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
To both of you.
This is it. Yeah, I know. It's so crazy when you think about like the past, because so many people think that, this has all happened, not maybe overnight, but a lot of people are under the impression that this is a very new industry. It's like tattoo removal has been around for 20, 30 years going on at this point. Like, obviously it's at the best it's ever been technology wise. But this industry's been around, and it's growing so big and fast at the moment. But, Jess, you've been doing this for 11 years. Like, it's crazy again, how fast time is going, and how, this has all been a progression. It's not been something that just we woke up one day and was like, let's do a fun job together. Like, let's go buy a TMU laser. Like, it took Jess so long to be able to afford the equipment that we have, and then even longer for the both of us to buy the equipment that we have at West Leaderville. So
yeah, it's an evolution for sure.
100%.
We've come a long way from sandpaper and scarification. Hey?
I know.
Yes, this is it. Yes, definitely a lot safer and less infection risk. That's for sure.
Good call. And then just to touch on that, you kind of started speaking on the quality of your equipment, all of that. You can probably speak a little bit more to this, being like so covered and involved in the tattoo industry. I'm sure you can speak on it as well, but obviously in the tattoo industry at the moment, there's a lot of downfalls with people opening shops with kind of no idea what they're doing, not the right staff, not the right equipment, not the right setup, and then a year later they can't afford insurance and they shut down. It's happening so much at the moment in Perth especially. Is that happening within laser as well? Because I know it is a growing industry. Are people just kind of trying half-assed kind of stuff to make a way in and then getting found out and closing? Or and then from that, what's kind of the importance of someone understanding a good shop versus a bad shop?
Yeah, so for probably the first 8 years, we didn't really we were able to corner the market. We were pretty fortunate because, like I said, it was just a few cosmetic surgeons, like cosmetic clinics that had lasers, and it wasn't their priority. They're making their money in other ways.
They didn't care about tattoo removal.
No,
Yeah.
and they just weren't, they might do a couple of weeks, I don't know, however it worked out, but it just wasn't something that they were super specialised at. So, but recently, probably the last year or so, when regulations, slowly regulations have changed so that a nurse could laser under the supervision of a doctor. And then I guess a few years ago now, it changed so that like Hayden or I, or anyone that does the right training can laser still under the supervision of a doctor. But
Emphasis on that, please. Under the supervision of a doctor, not on your own without a doctor.
Cut a replay right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Make that into a little clip, please.
Yeah, so that's really just opened the door for people to just like set up clinics, but also for, I think, like laser companies to sell equipment under the guise of, they're just selling these cheap, crappy machines. They just know that it's a growing market. And I think in WA, they know that there's more people they can approach now. It's not just doctors that they're trying to sell to.
Yep.
So, I guess to answer your original question, there are a lot more clinics in the last year or two that have popped up. And they're not buying quality equipment. They're buying, they're getting changed from 20 grand for the laser that they're using.
And they're operating it with like a 2-day certificate off of like some internet course, or even worse, when people are paying thousands of dollars for courses that are supposed to make them qualified for tattoo removal, but in reality, they've only scratched the surface. So then, they're investing in a laser for, thousands of dollars, if, benefit of the doubt if you're doing that. And then going out there and just, cowboying it, which, I definitely think that our industry is under attack too, with the idea of like money, it just being quick money, when it's like this industry is very much like the tattoo industry in the sense that it takes years to master this, and even then as a master, you're still learning every day. Me and Jess, we rely our staff, we communicate every day, like talking about our clients, talking about results. It's like you have to see a lot before you know what you're actually doing. And I get people have to start and we all begin somewhere, but at the same time, that should be communicated to the people that are booking in with you. If I was going to go, I've said this before, if I was going to get a tattoo by an apprentice, I want to know they're an apprentice.
Yeah.
And I think tattoo removalists, technicians should be open and honest about how long they've been removing or lasering.
Yeah.
And how good their equipment is.
Oh,
because you want to know that
100%.
you've been tattooed by an apprentice
Don't worry, it's a Pico.
with like the big W tattoo machine.
Yeah.
You want to know all of that. So if we just laugh sometimes, like clinics are advertising, they're buying just the shittiest laser you can find, and then their Instagram, they're opening up and their Instagram is instantly like WA's best tattoo removal clinic. Like they're just spending more money on their marketing than they are on their equipment because they're just not, I don't know if they don't care about the end result, or like they're just in it thinking that it's quick profits, and or they just don't know. They're just led to believe that it doesn't really matter what laser you're buying. Hit the skin, it's pretty easy. Ink blasts out.
If it's a laser,
Ta-da.
it's a laser.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the case though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can you kind of speak to like, obviously there's a difference between a shit laser
Yeah.
and a really high quality one. What are the major differences that people that don't know the industry that well should look for when they're looking at different shops to go to get laser?
Like a couple of $100,000 difference.
It's a pretty, it's light years. Like I said, it took, us many years to be able to afford the equipment that we now possess. The easiest thing that anybody, whether they're a client or researching, is what class is the laser, and that class will determine the power ratio that laser is to be able to create the energy needed to remove a tattoo effectively. So there are lower class lasers that I say can knock the dust off of a tattoo, and they can maybe dull it down and fade it. But if you're going for removal or you have a very dense dark tattoo, it's not going to happen. You're wasting your money, unfortunately. And depending on what your goal is, which a lot of people are removal, that you're going to end up spending double the amount of money, because that's the other factor to it, is you get presented with this beautiful package of all these beautiful words of best laser, Pico, all that fun stuff. And they go, oh, and by the way, that's $80 or $150. And it's like, you're lying in the sense that like, that's all it's going to be, because your laser machine is not going to be able to remove that tattoo. They're going to pay $80 to $150 with you and then come to us and have to spend whatever it may be to hopefully rectify what, they were left with, which hopefully isn't damaged skin, which sometimes for some people can be permanent. And that's another area that it's like people unfortunately aren't educated in, which, what we want to do is, it's more than just lasering a tattoo, you're lasering your skin. So the technician needs to be skilled in that way too.
I think it's really tricky because anyone looking for a laser clinic, it's hard to discern what is a good laser or not. And everyone's marketing that their laser is the best, latest technology, gold standard. It's what everyone's saying. So who's to know?
Let the results do the talking.
Exactly. And so we really, and clinics are saying they have a class 4, even if there's no doctor on site, there's no, the laser's barely budging a tattoo. But really all we can fall back on is to say, just check their results. If their feeds are full of successful light under covers or removals, great. You know that they're using the right equipment. But if their social media feed is full of
immediately afters,
which is like where you get that brilliant frosting and it makes it look like the tattoo is 50% gone already. That sometimes that's the best image that clinics can get, because all they get is that frosting and it makes it look like the tattoo's kind of gone. So that they're just like falling back on that.
And that frosting subsides over like 5 to 10 minutes. So the tattoo will slowly reveal itself. But obviously for that initial photo, people are like, oh my God, is it gone? It happens at our clinic too. Like we explain what frosting is before we even laser, because we don't want people to get like that instant, like, oh my gosh, you're Jesus, I mean, I wish, but no.
Wait, you're not?
Look,
I am.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I invited you on. Yeah.
I know. People always get so confused.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, obviously it's like those type of things that you see on there, you're like, that's very misleading, et cetera. So
yeah, I think just, and more than just one example, because usually the laser company will provide you with one good example, a bunch of realistic outcomes. I think that's the best way for people to be really savvy about whether they're going to the right clinic or not. Is just see what they can do.
And I think something that you've touched on, especially when I did the ad read for the podcast, was this idea that I think some people that don't know a lot about the tattoo laser removal industry is they have this idea that you go there once and the tattoo's just gone. Like that's it, it's completely gone. It does take quite a few sessions. There's no guarantee that it completely goes. So from that, when the tattoo isn't gone or when it was never the plan for it to completely go, have you guys kind of built quite an engaging community within the tattoo community where people are willing to tattoo over laser? Are there certain artists that will say, I'm not comfortable with doing that, and they'll like come to you for advice on it? How do you navigate that when someone's looking to get covered up?
Yeah, so I guess from the outset, we are super transparent with people. So we'll never say 3 sessions and this will be completely gone. Like we will really outline, just like you're saying, it's going to take more than one, realistically 8 to 10 for removal. And then, so we'll outline what it might take to remove, what it might take to lighten a cover. But if someone is looking for complete removal and it can't be removed, it's a bit stubborn, then we'll start chatting to them pretty early on about maybe looking for a cover up. And then, all the clients that lighten to cover, we usually like to give them like recommendations. So there's not many tattoo artists that we come across that don't want to tattoo over skin that's been lasered. I think they know that we're not trashing the skin when we're lasering them. So I think they're pretty comfortable. So we've got I guess tons of relationships with different artists who've done really incredible cover-up jobs on clients that have just had a few sessions to break down that pigment first.
Yeah, we're very lucky that obviously being born into the tattoo community that we've been able to build a lot of relationships with a lot of really good caliber artists. So it's come into handy when we've had clients who really want to get tattooed by somebody who necessarily wouldn't do a blast over. So by giving them sessions of laser and really softening or fading the tattoo, just gives so much opportunity, not only the client, but the artist. You know, you go from only being able to get maybe a black rose to being able to get potentially a beautiful underwater scene, you know, whatever it may be.
A portrait of Jess.
We got a few of those floating around already,
yeah,
you know. I'm waiting for the
High
portrait of
demand.
me. Yeah. Maybe after this.
I didn't show you my back.
Oh, later. But no, it's been such a blessing that because of the relationships that we have, and we're not affiliated with any tattoo studio, we're not affiliated with anything other than what's the style our client wants, and then we're going to give you the best artists for that.
Yeah, tons of different names.
Exactly
so
right.
Perth is just like
we're so
stacked
lucky
with talented tattooists. So yeah, we can send clients in a lot of directions.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and if they need more guidance from that, then we'll obviously facilitate. And, you know, Jess's husband being a tattoo artist, me working in the tattoo community, and then all of our laser techs being such avid tattoo collectors, we have a really good handle on who's doing what, who's at what shop. And also we understand what can and can't work over certain things. So if someone's like, I want to only do 2 sessions and I'm going to go get a portrait of my mother, I'm like, mate, let's sit down and have a realistic conversation about this. And we can facilitate that because we understand tattoos, where a lot of people who get into this, you know, I'm not saying you have to have a full bodysuit, you don't have to look as good as me, but
It's hard to do.
look, you got to at least understand, you know, the concept of how tattoos work, etc. So, because a lot of our clients are cover-up clients. You know, we didn't get into this because we want to remove tattoos. We just want people to have the best tattoos. So there's my tagline.
Yeah. There we go. We love it.
Boom.
And then I know you guys did the little laser tour recently. Or was it you? Did you go as well?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Yes, you did the little laser tour.
Yes,
Met some
we did.
people all over Australia within the industry. Firstly, how was that? And then also, did you get kind of any ideas from them about where you want to head within like lasering? What, like, any ideas for growth within the business, anything like that, or any that you've generated organically as well?
Well, firstly, the trip was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, the highlight was definitely connecting with these other laser clinics and who have been doing the same thing as us for, you know,
Years.
and just
Never communicated. Yeah.
independently, we're all sort of developing. There's no textbook for what we do.
Yeah.
You know, you just sort of like learn as you go. And so that they've all been developing really similar styles in how they laser. They use the same equipment as us, so they really value a quality laser in their business. And they specialize in tattoo removal. So they're not offering any other services. They don't do kind of rejuvenation, facial rejuvenation or anything else. They just zap tats. So yeah, it was just really nice to connect with them. So we had laser tat in Adelaide, Swift in
White
Melbourne,
Rabbit
and White
from
Rabbit.
Tasmania.
Yeah. So super fun. And yeah, I think really it was more consolidating what we already do and just having good chats about where they're at, how they do things, how we do things, and just kind of feeling like we are all on the same track and on the right track. And they're experiencing similar problems in that, you know, you can now buy lasers for, I mean, you can buy a laser on eBay for $5,000 now. Like it's, and it's hard for a client to discern online if that's a good laser or not because you use buzzwords and so they're coming across those same issues. So I think we were just doing a lot of work together on how we can try to like navigate through that, to film some good content, try to do some like educational stuff. So I think a big aim for us and for those shops moving forward is just to help to educate. And that's not to, I mean, if people want to start up a laser clinic, we just want them to do it with the right equipment because it is really hard when you see a client come to us and they've paid for 8, 10, 15 sessions and this clinic has just destroyed their skin and you know that they're never going to have normal skin again. They're permanently scarred and it's shit. It's really, we just want to try to educate clients, but also maybe people looking at starting their own clinic, just getting them to do it right so that it's not reflecting badly on all of us. Did that answer your question?
I think it did, Jessica.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think it's very similar within the tattoo industry at the moment. Like, not that I'm an artist or anything like that, but you see, like, the whole tattoo and sip thing that's come up.
I know.
Then there's people starting courses for, like, $100 or $1,000 or something where you can learn to become a tattoo artist in 10 days. And it's like...
It's crazy.
People are putting in, like... 2, 3, 4 years of being an apprentice, fucking learning how to sweep the floor before you even touch fake skin.
Yes.
And now you're acting like it's something that you can learn overnight. And it's like there's probably a couple of few people within the fucking galaxy that could pick up a tattoo machine and just nail it. You're not one of them, okay?
Yeah.
If you're the one looking at that, you're not one of them.
Yeah.
And it takes a fucking lot of work.
Yeah.
And like I keep saying to my missus, because she has this idea, we've obviously been tattooed so much. She's also a training paramedic, so she kind of understands the body. And she's like, I think I could like do an okay tattoo. And I'm like, that's fine. Don't try it though.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, can you imagine if someone was like, new idea, it's like paint and sip, but instead you're doing surgery on someone. It's it's the
just
same
ridiculous.
thing. Like you're doing a modification to someone's body.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't like, not that the paint and sip you're doing doing it on someone's skin, but people are going to go to that, do a tattoo and be like, oh, I'm good at this. Go buy a machine, start tattooing people.
Yeah. I
It's
think
false confidence.
Exactly.
They're undermining the amount of experience you need to do it well.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to commercialize an industry. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're just trying to make bucks, but they're just not appreciating the skill that actually needs to go into it.
Yeah.
You know, like the quality control needs to be there. But
Yeah, I'm a
sadly
huge
not.
advocate for apprenticeships and paying the hard yards. I mean, I don't want to say I'm necessarily super old school, but I'm definitely getting up there.
Yeah.
But I just think about how, you know, specifically going back to me, when I got into this industry, I couldn't even laser. I literally got into this being like, I'm literally going to be rebooking people and just talking about laser all day long, which I was really okay with. So I'm like, I feel like that passion should always be there. That passion of like doing the hard work, learning as much as you can before you ever even put the tool in your hand. Because I feel like I'm such a better laser tech because I've seen so much, experienced so much before I ever was able even to operate the laser.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to run before they even walk nowadays. It's
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with taking your time and perfecting your craft and, you know, even figuring out like if you like it.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you get thrown into things and you're like, what the hell am I doing right now? And it's like, even that oversaturates the industry because you're just taking up space. Not to be rude, but
yeah. I mean,
true.
we've got people in our industry now, straight out of the gate, started their business, bought their shitty ass laser, and they're straight away charging to train other people. So charging them per hour to train them. It's like you haven't even learnt yourself yet. You don't know what you're doing, but you're imparting your incredible lack of knowledge onto someone else who's going to continue on with your bad habits. And it's like apprentices training apprentices. Like it's happening, and it's crazy. It just shouldn't.
I even saw, because shout out to Vesna.
love her.
Love
She holds back quite a bit on her stories. I've noticed she doesn't really say what she's actually.
She's very
feeling.
reserved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I saw she posted that a specific someone that we won't mention was like starting up this business where they were offering like tattoo courses, and I think it was like $1,000 and you learn to tattoo in 10 days or a week or something like that. That person's not even a tattoo artist. They're not.
so gross.
They're like they own a shop and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I've
their
never even heard of
involvement.
this.
And like I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's like me being like, hey Cleo, I've got a course for you. Learn to become a paramedic in 10 days. I'll teach you. And it's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so why would I be able to teach that person?
But you watched that one YouTube video,
Exactly,
Egg.
exactly. I watched The Office, the scene where they do the CPR.
I love that.
So basically, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'd let you save my life, don't you worry. Done.
You save mine every day by being here.
This is it. Well, and this is like why it's so important to have these conversations, and like going back to why we did what we did with going over East and meeting as all of our new best friends.
Yeah.
Because it's important for us to bound together and, you know, create safe spaces to create knowledge and information to be then passed along to people so they can obviously make educated decisions.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like a lot of this stuff that we get upset about, most people don't know because they're not in the industry. They don't talk to the people in the industry. They just see the flashy lights, etc. So I don't put a lot of blame on the people, even, our clients. I sympathize for them because we all get misled. God, first car I ever bought was a scam. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just get pulled into these things because you just don't know better. So I think it's important for all of us to join together and to help educate people. And that can be taxing, but more than ever, it's so needed. And, love Vesna so much. And I think she's definitely trying to fight the good fight. That's for sure. And protecting the industry she loves. And I definitely think me and Jess feel the same way about the tattoo removal industry, because it's all we are is one person's horrible mistake from ruining it for everybody. For so many years it was doctor only, then nurses. Now we got a little bit of leeway with people who aren't medical professionals. It's like it takes one person to zap somebody the wrong way, hopefully not in the eye, but could be, and then that's it. Then they strap it all back, and then it screws everybody. And it's like, it's not fair. That's like, it's not fair, dang it.
I'm ruining it for the rest of us.
I want to have fun. I want to help people.
It is scary though. Like we're seeing, I feel like a new laser clinic is popping up every week.
Yes.
But the social feeds are, like people lasering with the clients not even wearing goggles. Like,
oh yeah, that was a good one.
101, and just so many. It's just crazy. Like just all the gear, no idea kind of situation. Yeah. So yeah, it is. It's a little bit scary, and it's a hard thing to stay on top of because it's just exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't want to be like narcs. That's for, we have too much going on anyway to be like calling up Radiation and Health and being like, hello, do you know about this person? It's like, we don't want to do that. And we also don't want people to go under. It's not like we don't want people in this industry. It just goes back to do it right, pay your dues in a way, in the sense of education. Yeah. Before you start freaking acting like you're, the best in WA.
Yeah. It's not about squashing the competition. It's about looking after the clients. Like I say, I don't know how many, it's not one a day. It's more like multiple people a day are emailing us photos of their destroyed skin. And it's just so hard. And it's so hard to have that conversation with this person to say your previous clinic has completely removed your melanin. Like you no longer have melanin. That's
not coming back.
That's not coming back. You've got permanent scarring. Like it's just, that's what we want to get on top of. I guess
we just want to protect. It's not even just protecting the industry. It's protecting the clients that we see, and the clients who aren't even our clients. Because we don't, any bad experience someone has, it negatively reflects on tattoo removal, because we're still battling the whole scarring myth of like the early days of tattoo removal. It scars. Well, actually, our lasers soften scar tissue. It's used in hospitals to soften people who have really bad scars. It's like we actually do the opposite.
If used correctly.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of like people that are knowledgeable educating people that aren't, and the people that aren't knowledgeable being open to being educated on it. Because I first started getting tattooed when I was 16. If you asked me to pick out what a good tattoo artist is and what a bad tattoo artist is when I was 16, I'd have no idea.
Yeah.
But like if someone sat there and explained it to me, I'd have a better understanding. So it's probably the same with laser. You hear you got a bad tattoo that you're going to regret. Oh, wait, come, we'll laser it off, and you're going to go, absolutely take my money. Yeah. Not thinking about what's a good laser place, what's a bad laser place.
Yeah,
so
it's really hard
I think
to
the
know.
more you ask and the more you listen, it kind of helps everyone, helps you guys, helps the industry, helps the
100%.
Yeah, nice. The last thing I wanted to touch on before we get into a little fun thing that I've got prepared.
Oh snap! I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
I know that you guys kind of wanted to either soft launch or launch this thing that you've got planned or coming up. You guys can speak on it a little bit, but it's called the Fresh Start Program. Is that right?
Yeah. So this would be, I guess, like a little soft launch, because it's going to go live on our website, and hopefully by the time this goes up,
this will probably be coming out around like mid-December. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Timing. All right, we'll be live.
Sorry, it's currently mid-December.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Christmas is tomorrow. But long story short, we are so excited to announce that we are going to be bringing the Fresh Start program to WA. We were very, very lucky that our good friend Amanda McKinnon from Laser Tat, who is the founder of the Fresh Start program, asked us to come aboard and offer this program within WA to help current clients, future clients, for a second chance. That's the big focus on it. It's giving people a chance to obviously help in whatever way it may be, if it's to get a new job, escape a traumatizing past, or just for a brighter future, because dang it, we all deserve to be happy. There's stipulations that go along with it, that's for sure. And I'll let Jess share that because you can explain. I'll give you a moment.
Yeah, well, I guess, we haven't, over the years, there's been so many clients that have come through our doors that have received their tattoos in a number of different ways, and like that have tattoos that pretty heavily impact their lives. So we have been just taking care of those people. So there's always a few people on our books that aren't paying for laser or, heavily discounted or whatever the case. But the Fresh Start program is, I guess it's like a really formulated idea that Amanda has come up with. And it's just a little bit more systematic. So people apply if they have, like bikie tattoos they want to get rid of, if they've got the tattoos have been put on them like traumatically. So there's that can happen in a number of different ways. Like racist tattoos, like if you have made some good choices and changed your ways, we're definitely happy to help. Essentially it's you let us know what your situation is and we just hook you up with free laser.
Yep.
Just to try and change that, give you a fresh start.
Literally. Obviously not everybody gets approved. You do have to meet a criteria, etc. And that'll help determine too what category you fall in, if it'll be completely free or if it'll be discounted. But the form is located on our website, which is now live. And like Jess was saying, you kind of fill in the blanks, you let us know what's going on, and then no matter what, we're going to contact you and let you know what we can offer, etc. But the ultimate goal is just to help out as many people as we can. And we've already been doing it for years and years. But we just now have a name for it. There's a program, a system for it. So this way it'll just be a lot, we can help more people, etc. in the future. And when we went over East, one of the big topics was talking about this and trying to make it bigger than what it is, as far as like just reaching as many people as we can. So I think obviously opening up in WA, it's the next step for the program for sure.
Yeah, it's a real game changer. Like to see, people have come in with full face tattoos, just all sorts of different situations. But to remove someone's tattoos in a way that you can just see the shift in their personality, in their confidence with each session as those tattoos get lighter and lighter, it can just completely change the way they see themselves and the way that others see them as well. And so it's a real game changer, and it's really nice to be able to, give that to people.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So if someone were to qualify, I'm not sure how much you can actually like share about what is, if it's so like black and white, this qualifies, this doesn't, whatever. But if someone does qualify, say they've got a racist tattoo, it's ruining their life, they do qualify, is it a case of like all of the sessions get that discount or free or whatever it is? Or is it kind of like first one is discounted and then it gradually changes, or like how does it work? And then do you guys help with like cover up if they want to do cover up? Like what's the setup of it?
So the idea would be so people that can't financially support it themselves. So if you're minted and you've got a shit tattoo, it would be ideal to leave the spaces for someone that can't afford it. The idea is that people that aren't in a financial position to get these tattoos removed will contact us. And if they are eligible, the idea would be that we would do the whole thing for free. So whether they're just lightning to cover and they get something epic in its place, or they completely remove, I guess in saying that there'll be a few little obligations. So they'd need to make sure that they're showing up to appointments, they're sticking with their appointments consistently. They're looking after the tattoos, so making sure that they're taking really good care of their skin in between sessions. So, we do what we can, and under the guise that they'll do what they can as well.
Yeah, they have a role to play as well.
Exactly. It's a team effort. So,
Yeah, I like it. Good idea.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be a great thing to bring to the community, that's for sure.
Definitely.
And can't wait to see all the lives that we're going to hopefully change,
So what states does it exist in currently, or is it one state that it exists in, or?
So White Rabbit in Tasmania is now offering it. Swift Tattoo Removal in Melbourne.
Yep.
They've both got a couple of clinics. And then Laser Tat, where it was originated, in Adelaide.
Okay.
and now us.
That's
on,
it. Boom, boom, boom.
New South Wales, get your shit together.
Right?
I know. We need New South
on.
Wales and Queensland.
Unbelievable.
But-
Northern Territory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That could be another one. But you have to join our group, though. So that's it.
Yes, that's it.
We're not taking applications. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. You guys keen to move into a little game that I've got prepared?
Oh.
It won't take super long, but
Yeah.
I've got a little game for
Yeah,
you.
we're doing pretty good. I don't think we've embarrassed ourselves too much yet.
So, I've got 5 celebrities here.
Oh,
You
no.
have
Oh,
to
no.
Oh,
you have to tell me whether or not they've had this tattoo removed or not.
okay.
Have
Do we have
Have
pictures?
we got pictures or?
We don't have pictures. I'm going to explain who the person is and what the tattoo is.
Okay.
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 I would have brought my Mac, but it's a little bit hard, and like especially if they're false. How am I
Okay.
going to show you? Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Is this a first in best dress kind of thing? Like,
no, it's just both of you get to
Meh.
give your answer. So I'll just
Okay.
say true or false, and you just say true or false. If you both agree, happy days. If you
Okay.
both agree and get it wrong, then
We
suck
suck.
shit.
Rude. Who's keeping count?
Okay, so I will when I edit this, I'll put the picture of the person and everything.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
It'll be a sick.
Oh, you all
TikTok.
get the visual, not
yeah,
us.
Yeah, it'll be a sick TikTok. Trust me.
Okay, fair.
All right. So first person, Jessica Alba. She got a flower tattooed on the back of her neck when she was 17. Did she get this tattoo removed, or does she still have it,
Removed.
or did it ever exist at all?
oh my goodness.
I definitely know she had removal. Whether it's a flower on the back of the
I
neck.
can confirm she has had 2 lots of removal. Is this one?
Was there a lower back tattoo by?
I'm going to say no.
I say yes.
So you're saying she's had the flower removed,
Yeah.
and you're saying that she either hasn't had it or never had the tattoo.
I'm saying it's still there.
Okay.
Oh, rude.
She did in fact have it removed.
Oh, do that on a TikTok. What?
1.
Thank you.
All right. Second one.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Khloe Kardashian
Oh,
had daddy tattooed as a tramp stamp in remembrance of her father.
no.
False.
Did she have this removed? Did she never have it? Or has she still got it?
Look, that family's pretty interesting, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that there was no daddy above her bum.
Yeah, I'd be very stressed if
That's
there
too
was.
much.
I'm going to say doesn't exist.
She did have it. She no longer has it.
Oh,
She got it removed.
no. What the heck?
She instead,
Did
I
you get
think,
it for her dad?
yes.
Oh, no.
I think it was it's like I don't know the Kardashians that well. It was like Robert Kardashian.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something
Was
like
it
that.
old English text?
No idea.
Daddy
can't-
tramps.
But yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Apparently, she got it removed, and I think she got like "I love you" or "love you" like in her dad's handwriting instead,
Oh.
not as a tramp stamp.
Oh,
Somewhere
okay.
else,
Okay.
but-
Yeah. The location
Fair
was
enough.
worrisome.
Yes.
And we are not shaming the lower back tattoo,
Oh no!
by the way.
Oh no!
No,
Lower backs?
no.
No, the Kardashians. Yes.
Exactly. I just want to make that clear who we're actually shaming right now. We love a lower back tattoo, especially tribal is on the comeback.
It really is.
Okay, next one.
Yep.
Harry Styles had a American traditional butterfly on his calf.
I believe that.
Does he still have it? Has he had it removed, or did he never have it?
I'm going to say still there. I can't imagine
Still
he
there.
would care about removing any. He seems to have many.
I can neither confirm nor deny whether he has it, but he has not had it removed. It's one that I made up.
Oh, you fool. I knew
He
he
got
was a
us.
trickster.
All right. Post Malone, on the inside of his bicep, has a frog playing the banjo. Has he had it removed? Does he still have it? Or did he never have it?
I think he covered it.
I have no idea.
He's
I
had
feel
a
like
lot of blast overs.
He's very tattooed. So I'm going to say no laser. I'm going to say he has it.
He still has it? And you're
yeah.
saying
He covered it.
he covered it? He's never had that tattoo.
Oh,
Another one that I made up.
I really don't like this
I think
game
the
anymore.
score is still 1 for Hayden, none
It
for
is.
Jess.
Jess,
Yeah.
you really need to catch up.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm cooking
and
it
then-
over here.
Fuck.
Last one of the most famous
Last
bad...
one. We just got started.
I know. One of the... I mean, I can make up more, but then they're all going to be false. So.
Fair enough.
One of the most famous bad celebrity tattoos, Ben Affleck with his phoenix on his back. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen it or not.
Oh.
Have you never seen it?
I've never seen
Oh, it is one of the worst celebrity
Is this-
tattoos ever.
Pre or post Jennifer Lopez?
So I believe he got it around 2013.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Has he started getting laser on it? Does he still have it, or did he never have it to
Surely
begin
he's
with? And
getting
I've just
laser.
made this all up.
You're a
I
freaking
mean,
liar. I don't
you
trust
have
you.
proven yourself to be a bit of a liar throughout this game. So
Egg has us scrambled.
That was a crack
what are
up.
you going with?
I
I'm gonna
hate,
do-
I hate myself right now. I'm going to say he's getting laser. Surely.
He's getting laser. You're saying
Something different. I'm going to say he has it.
and it's not getting laser,
Oh shit!
Oh, come on.
yeah.
or he's never had it.
I
Maybe that's
actually
why-
want to say he's never had it, but you just look so convincing.
Have I
He's
not
got
been
the
convincing
eyes.
with all of them?
I know. Okay.
Yeah, he's good
okay.
at this. He's
he
really good.
never had it.
He still has it.
Oh, wait, is he getting laser?
No.
Oh.
As far as of 2013, he has not had any laser on it. Paparazzi still saw it kind of hanging out the back of his, like the bottom of his shirt.
Tight.
Hanging
Oh.
out of his shirt, eh?
I'll show.
Interesting,
I mean,
eh?
you've got your phone on you. You
Oh,
can look
yeah.
it up
Let's
quickly
have
if
a
you
look.
want. Just type in Ben Affleck Phoenix, and you'll see it's an atrocity. He might need to hit you guys up because
You
it's,
think he'd have the money to make
that's
better
what
choices?
you think. Celebrities have bad tattoos.
It's
yeah.
color too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ben Affleck, if you're watching this anywhere in the world, we
I'm
love
pretty
it
sure
for
he is.
you.
He messaged me just before
Oh,
saying, "Oh, I'm
fantastic.
gonna tune in live." So
He can't get free laser, but I'll help him no matter what. Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, liar.
That's egg right now.
I thought it said that he's getting it removed, and I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough research.
Well, he's got quite a few tattoos.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Fucking bad one though. Hey,
look here.
Rough.
I'm a Jennifer Gardner fan, by the way, guys. That's where my
Who's
mind's-
that?
His
Garner?
original wife that he.
oh sorry.
I think he's a
I couldn't even
gardener.
tell you really who Ben
Is that what
Affleck
I
is.
said?
I know his name. I couldn't tell you anything about him or who he is or
Fair enough. You just know he has a bad tattoo, in your
that's it.
opinion.
That's it.
I think it's kind of sweet.
And he looks sad a lot in paparazzi photos.
Just looks those up at night. Sad celebrities.
I look up the sad ones because it makes me feel better,
Fair.
They're rich but sad.
but sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we going with this?
On the spot for you before we end this.
Yeah.
Is there a person, celebrity, family member, anyone that you wish you could remove their tattoos for them, or a tattoo, a specific tattoo? Because celebrities, like we just mentioned, have fucking awful tattoos. I don't know
there's quite
why.
a few. I'd remove a few from Justin Bieber for sure.
Okay.
That
Oh,
man
yeah,
has
he's
a
a
lot of
rough.
money to have like such average tattoos. And no disrespect to the artist who did them. That's,
He's one of the classic cases of like young people when they're famous, they have all this money and they just want to be covered, so they
Yeah.
just get fucking anything.
Yeah.
And it's trash. So his more recent stuff is actually decent. but
Right.
Yeah.
His early stuff, he was like, I just want to be covered, bro.
I stopped watching
Yeah.
him in 2013, I think.
Oh,
so
can you Google Ed Sheeran? Does
Oh.
he
Oh,
have,
his
yeah,
bad.
yeah, he's got some
Bad.
goodies.
But also it's Ed Sheeran, and I feel like that kind of fits his vibe, where it's
Oh.
just like he just doesn't give a
Of course,
fuck. He's
do what he
just-
wants.
Yeah.
But has he got some like rough chest piece?
He's got like full
Oh,
color
yeah.
and just
the lion.
Yes.
The lion on his chest.
Oh.
bad. Hey.
All right,
That's
I'd help
actually-
him out.
Even
I'd-
the back piece.
All right. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate it. Again, this is part 1, so look out for the next 2 episodes coming soon. Where can people find your studio, either online, in person, and anything else you want to promote before we wrap this up?
I'd like to promote myself and Christmas.
Nice.
You can find us in both Fremantle and West Leaderville. We have 24-hour service. No, I'm just kidding. It feels
Just
that way
about.
some days. So. But you can find us physically in Fremantle or West Leaderville, or you can always find us online at www.swlaser.com.au, or more importantly, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. SW Laser Tattoo
you go.
Removal.
I didn't even know you had a YouTube. I might have to subscribe to that.
I
My
will
bad.
after this goes
I didn't
live.
either, but
I will when this goes live.
we do now.
Idiot.
We've been very busy.
Yeah. Fair.
Beautiful. And Jess, any last words from you?
No, this has been great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, this was fun.
Do you guys want to shout out your personal Instagrams, or are you happy to keep that under wraps?
People, they know me. I'm just kidding. No one, no one knows me.
At Ben Affleck, yeah.
Yeah, at Ben Affleck.
And at Ed Sheeran over
This
here.
is it. You can find us in clinic Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Making everyone happier every day.
That's the way.
Thank you so much.
Make sure to ask Hayden for his dance moves, especially while
yeah.
singing
Don't.
Toxic by Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Oh, no, we're in
don't
Christmas
ask for
mode.
them.
It's all
He'll-
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas.
All
right.
Christmas.
Oh,
right now.
sorry, Toxic by Mariah Carey then.
Oh, yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, thanks again for being here. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the show, tell everyone about it. Get around the next few episodes. It's going to be a fun project that we're doing here. Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And remember, if you're going to get a phoenix tattooed on your back, make sure you get it lasered after.
Boom, boom, boom.
Later.